These 7 questions will change your life. A question you may have is, why should you listen to me? Well, I'm going to explain. First of all, my name is Zachary Cox. Obviously, you can see this. Now, why should you listen to me out of anyone on this platform? Someone else may have value, but I'm here to provide value from my heart, from my personal experience, from my pain. Now, here's why you should listen to me. My past life is partying. I was degenerate. I was using drugs. I was just not living up to the standards that I believe I should have been living up to. Now I'm proud. I'm doing my family proud. I'm doing myself proud. And I'm true to myself every day. I even have a reminder on my chest tattooed, be true to yourself in Latin. Why? Because I wanted it. Now, you should be questioning why certain things are the way they are. If you're not questioning things in life, you're not going to learn. Here's the 7 questions that will change your life. Let's get straight into it. I don't want to waste anyone's time here. Time is money at the end of the day. We all could be doing anything else with our time. But you're here listening to me, so I want to provide value. I want you to leave this video knowing that I provide a value. And go, after this video, go and write them down the same way I did. I got this from a mentor, someone who was helping me through my addictions, through my pain, through my struggles, through my vicious cycles. So after this video, note these questions down. In fact, I'll leave them in the description for you to write down. Write all these questions down and write out detailed answers. I'm going to tell you my answers as well. Okay, so question 1. Who am I and why? Now, this is an important question. You need to know who you are. To get rid of any bad habits, you need to question, who am I and why am I the way I am? So this was my answer to the question. I wrote this in August, on the 27th of August, 2024. That's when I really started getting serious about self-development and changing my life. Let's get straight into it. So, I'd say I'm quite an impulsive person, which didn't help with using drugs because, well, impulsivity. If I think, oh, I want to drink tonight, I'm probably going to drink because I'm impulsive. Now, I'd say I'm quite an impulsive person. I tend to self-sabotage, potentially due to high stress or anxiety. When everything is calm and consistent, I'm used to it. I'm not used to it. So I always need some sort of release. I need some sort of excitement. So I found that drugs and alcohol will give me excitement. Unfortunately, that's not the sort of excitement that I wanted. I was just using outer substances to create what you should already have in yourself. I'd say I'm a very all or nothing person. Now, I don't know where this comes from. I feel like I'm a bit of a perfectionist. And yeah, definitely very all or nothing. So now I could use this to my advantage, which is what I do now. But before, when I was all or nothing, I would think, why does someone go out for 1 beer? If I'm going to drink, I want to get smashed. That's just how I thought. That's how my mind works. If I'm doing something, I'm doing it proper. That's who I am as a person. Now, this is why I can use this to my advantage now, because when I'm doing something, when I say I'm going to make a YouTube video every day, I'm going to do it because I'm all or nothing. I'm either all in or all out. If I'm in the gym, if I'm working out, if I'm dieting, if I'm tracking all my food, if I'm weighing myself every morning, if I'm doing my 5 non-negotiables every morning, which is ice baths, meditating, prayer, reading, and there's another one. I can't remember it right now. I've already done a video. If you missed that, if you go down below, go into my videos, go on my page, go in my videos, and I've got 5 non-negotiables there, what I listed. So yeah, I'm a very all or nothing person, an extremist, some people might say. So that's the first question. Ask yourself, who are you and why? On to question 2. How can I use this to my benefit? So I already kind of went into this. Now, I can use this to my benefit or advantage by using the extremist personality and putting it into work. Like positive things, like the gym, eating clean, meditating. So basically, if you're a extreme person, if you're an all or nothing person, put that into positive habits. You've got an advantage, bro. You can literally use that to your advantage and harness that power into this all or nothing, this addictive personality. Harness it to become the best version of yourself. Put all that energy, what you may put into negative habits right now, change that and put it into positive habits. It will completely change your life. Many people aren't like that. They have no real drive. They don't have an addictive personality. They don't want to do better. Now, if you want to do better and you have that personality, you literally have an advantage. Let's not waste too much time. Question 3, what do I need to change? Now, I found that problems only really arise when I use drugs and alcohol. My life was pretty normal. I didn't have any real issues in life. I was brought up in a good family, a good home. I'm not born into poverty. My family are reasonably wealthy, some people might say. Does that mean I'm wealthy? No, that doesn't mean anything. I could still be on minimum wage. It doesn't matter what your family does. People will say, oh, you got given a silver spoon. Okay, I live in a reasonably nice house. That doesn't mean that I've necessarily got it good, because I would self-sabotage. Everything could have been perfect in my life, but I would still find a way to rip it apart. Now, so I found that my main problem was alcohol. I was smoking a lot of weed as well. I would smoke weed every day, and just work my 9 to 5, train in the gym, and then come home and smoke weed in the shed all night. I'd use the gym as an excuse. Well, I'm training in the gym, so I can have a little joint. I'm working out, so I can have a joint before the gym. I'm going to work every day, so I can have a joint before and after work. As I said, because I've got an all or nothing personality, it wasn't just, oh, I'll just have a joint tonight after work. No, if I'm getting stoned, bro, I'm getting stoned all day. That's why I had to cut that out, because it got pretty bad. So weed it never really, I wouldn't say it would absolutely ruin my life, because I could still live a steady life, but it would kill all my ambition. I'll definitely do a video in future about why weed is so bad. I don't want to go into too much detail on that, because I want to save that for another in detail video on why weed can be so bad. So what did I need to change? Well, when I used alcohol, problems arose. When I used weed, it would make me lazy. So I needed to cut them out. So that's exactly what I did. I went to AA. I'm still in AA. I go to AA weekly. Sobriety it's not a, oh, I figured it out now. It's a constant journey for me. Because I've got this addictive personality, I need to constantly be active in sobriety. Now, I was told not to speak about AA too much, or preach sobriety too much. So I'm not going to speak about AA. I'm just stating the fact that I do go to AA, and it helps me a lot. But I was told by my sponsor not to speak about AA too much. So that's what I needed to change. I needed to cut out the bad habits. That's what would change me as a person. And it's worked. I can't say any more. This is why I want to tell you these questions, and you to ask yourself these questions, because these are the questions that really did change my life. On to question 4, what I need to let go of. Again, this kind of intertwines with the previous question, but I needed to let go of drugs and alcohol, and the past party life. I would go out every weekend. I would always get to Friday and get this little Friday feeling, thinking I'd literally get home, I'd almost run to the shower because I was so excited to go out. I mean, how sad is that? I was so excited to go out and spend money that I didn't have and take fucking substances to try and run away from this life that I created, when really my life was perfect and I just needed to work harder. So I needed to let go of drugs and alcohol and my past life. I did it for many years, around 5 to 6 years I did this, and by the end of it, my mental health was pretty fucked. I'm not gonna lie. After a long weekend of drugs and alcohol, I'd sit here in this room. I'd put the blind down. I wouldn't go and see my family. I'd literally nip to the house. I live in an annex at the back of my parents' house. I pay rent for, and I don't pay rent. Their rent, I pay my rent for the annex, just to make that clear. I'd sit here on my own, and I'd literally find myself crying to myself on Sundays because I was that depleted of dopamine and serotonin from the drugs that I was using. As I said, my life was perfect. I'd just self-sabotage and consume all these drugs and just sit there in complete guilt and regret and thinking I need more, I want more out of life, and I just couldn't stop using the drugs. Until I asked myself these questions, I really had to get real with myself. This is what these questions are about. You need to get real with yourself. Look, do you really want to change? If you don't, this video isn't for you. I'm sorry. If you don't actually want to change your life around, if you don't want to become an incredible person, this video isn't for you. If you just want to get by in life, then it's cool, bro. End the video now. Just stay sat in that 9 to 5. Stay sat in these bad cycles. Stay sat like I was, crying to myself every Sunday. Telling myself that I'm going to change every Monday morning. I've even noted here, speaking about Monday morning, all it leads to is feeling empty on Monday morning, feelings of regret, unsatisfied, not believing in myself. Because I was doing these things every day, if I tell myself on Monday morning that I'm not going to drink, I'm not going to use drugs, and then I get to Friday and do the exact opposite, how the hell am I going to believe in myself? I'm not. You can't tell yourself something and then not do it. That is how you really ruin your pride, ruin your self-belief. And that's why I didn't believe in myself, because I would tell myself one thing and I would do another. Now you can see my diary over here. I write down my day, I list my tasks that I need to do throughout the day. These are non-negotiable tasks. Now I know I have my 5 non-negotiables, but anything I write in that diary that needs doing, it has to get done. Now it's not just about getting the tasks done. Of course it helps productivity. If I've already listed it, I'm not going to forget what I need to do. But at the same time, it keeps me accountable. It gives me self-belief. If I'm doing them tasks, I sit there at the end every day and I'm satisfied because I'm ticking off these tasks. And I journal at the bottom. I'll do a video on journaling as well. And I journal and write how proud I am because I've completed these tasks every day. Honestly, I can't explain the pride you have when you list down what you need to do and you get it done. It's a beautiful thing. So yeah, I needed to let go of drugs and alcohol. Not believing in myself, just not being the man that I wanted to be, or having the feelings that I want, or having the things and the feelings that I want and desire so much. Let's get on to question 5. What I need to implement. So I've made a list of 6 things here. Alcohol is non-negotiable. I can't use alcohol. Why? Because I can't balance it. Now, I'd say I'm not against alcohol for other people who can balance it, but I kind of am. You're kind of ruining your potential. If you want to enjoy them things on the weekend and you can control it, bro, go ahead. But if you haven't achieved anything in life and you think, oh, I've worked my 9 to 5, so it's an excuse to drink on the weekend, it's pretty fucking low, mate. You've got your priorities all wrong. Number 2, these aren't the questions, these are the list of what I needed to implement. No meeting friends from my old life. You have to cut off friends from your old life. These are all video ideas as well. I will speak about these things in detail. So I had to cut out my friends from my old life. Why? Because if I was meeting the same people, then I would only do the same things. There's a saying, nothing changes if nothing changes. If you don't change anything, if you hang around the same people, you will carry on doing the same habits. Number 3, no impulsive decisions. Like my dad would say, oh, let's go for a pint tonight. And these impulsive decisions, I'd say, yeah, cool, let's go for 1 beer. But little did I know I can't control it. But I did know this. I had to slowly figure it out. You have to make mistakes to figure things out. That's how you learn. If you don't learn from mistakes, well, they're just losses, mate. They're just mistakes. I have it tattooed on my hand. I can take a lesson from the darkness. Because I have to take a lesson from this pain. If I'm not learning, I'm just going lower and lower and lower. So, no impulsive decisions. I had to cut out all impulsive drinks. 1 drink would then lead to, right, I'll go for a beer with my dad for 1 drink. That would turn into a whole night, potentially a whole weekend of drugs and alcohol. But I was only going to go for that 1 beer. Doesn't work for me. Had to cut it out. 4, following to-do list to the T and no changing plans. Write a to-do list and it's a non-negotiable. Everything you write in that diary, if you think you're not going to do what you write in your diary, don't write it. Because you're slowly, okay, you're doing a couple of these tasks, but if you don't do 1 task, one task, and you look back, you're going to think, slowly losing a little bit of self-belief. Now, number 5, respecting my girlfriend. I had to respect my girlfriend to the max. If she didn't want me to go out, if she didn't want me to party, she only wanted it for the best for me. So I had to cut them things out. I had to stop doing them things. So I wanted to respect her. I wanted to prove to her that I was a person that she always wanted me to be. And now we're happier than ever. I changed everything about my life. For myself, of course, but I wanted to make her proud. I wanted her to be a proud partner in me. Final, number 6 of what I needed to implement. Working, bettering myself in all aspects of life. If it isn't benefiting my health, family, or wealth, it isn't worth doing anymore. That was quite deep to me, because that's where I really thought about my future family. When I have kids, I want them to be proud of who I am. So if you're not motivated to do good things, think about your future family. Think about when you have children, like really think about it. Who do you want them to see? What dad, what father do you want to be? I wanted to be the best dad in the world. I want my kid to think, Dad works so hard. He's a G, basically. Who doesn't want their son to think that? Who doesn't want their daughter to think, my dad's such a gentleman. Look at the way he treats his wife, my mother. I want them to be proud of me. So I'm doing them things every day. Question 6, what I want in life. This is a very detailed question. This is a very serious question. What do you actually want in life? There's nothing wrong with this. If this is what you want, do you want an average life where you pay your bills, you go to your 9 to 5 and you have a happy family at home and you just get by every month and year? If you want that, there's nothing wrong with that, if that's what you honestly want. But if you want more, and you want more luxury and flashy cars and all this stuff, that doesn't necessarily mean anything, but it's cool to have. Who doesn't want that? If you don't want that, you probably have no ambition at all. But some people do just want the basics. They just want a happy family. They just want to come home to a loving wife, happy children, and have a happy family. So I had to ask myself, what do I want in life? And here's what I wrote. What I want in life is consistency in health and working out. Also in my relationships with family and my girlfriend. I want to feel happy within and not having to chase out sources to try and receive all the love and happiness I already have at home. So, as I said before with the drugs and alcohol, I would try and fill this void internally when really I had everything that I needed here. I had a loving family. I had a beautiful, loving girlfriend. Why would I go out and chase out sources for a void that I feel in myself? I had to slowly figure that out. There was a void in myself. It wasn't the people around me. It wasn't that I didn't have everything I needed to become the man that I wanted to be. I just had this inner void, and I had to build self-belief in myself to fill that inner void. Now, what I wanted in life. This is what I said in the previous one. This is what I've wrote down over 6 months ago. And I haven't read this. This is the first time looking back at this since I noted it down. So it's great to see it coming into fruition, I think the word is. I want my future family to be comfortable, proud to have me as a father, providing for them and being there for them every day. And then I've put in capital letters, health, wealth, and beautiful relationships. Well, I've got that now. Do I have the wealth that I want? Nowhere near. In fact, I'm lying there. I don't have the wealth. That's the only thing I don't have right now. I've got the health. I'm building the physique that I want. I'm bulking right now to achieve my goal of cutting for summer, to be in the best shape I've ever been in my life. And I'm working towards that every day. As I said in the past video, if you haven't seen that, check it out. 1% wins every day. I'm building them wins every single day. I'm so proud right now. So health, wealth, and beautiful relationships. The wealth's on the way. It's coming. I'm working towards that. I'll get into what I'm doing for that. For the final question, what am I grateful for? Now, it's okay having all these things and working hard, but you need to sometimes just take a step back and think, what am I actually grateful for? What do I have in my life? And I'm almost speaking gratitude right now. I'm saying how happy I am to have a loving family, how happy I am to have a warm house, a lovely house to stay in, a loving girlfriend, you have to be grateful. And one way that I'd show gratitude is writing a few things every night. When you journal, do a gratitude journal as well. Write, let's say 3 things what you're happy for every day. In fact, that's a task for everyone. If you got to here in the video, we're almost there. This is the last question. I will read my answer to the last question. But a task for everyone would be, write 3 things at the end of every day that you're grateful for, or even first thing in the morning when you're in the shower. I find that I get my best thoughts in the shower. Say a prayer to whatever God of your understanding, and say what you're grateful for, and it will really help you to understand how lucky you really are. I mean, there's people at war right now in countries like Ukraine, etc. There's people fighting to survive, and we have a warm house, a loving family, all the food we need on the table every night, a warm shower. And that's why I love an ice bath, because I have to get in the ice bath every morning to earn my hot shower. And then I really appreciate the hot shower. So, gratitude journal. 3 things every night, what you're grateful for, or every morning. Either or, that's a task for you. So what was I grateful for, or what am I grateful for? I'm grateful to be very comfortable in life, having everything that I need. A loving family, beautiful, loving, feminine and loyal girlfriend, a beautiful house to live in where everyone is chill, not constantly arguing. I have everything I need to build my empire. And then I got really real with myself. I think I was quite emotional getting to the end of these questions. Zach, be true to yourself. This is the final outro. I'm going to leave you with this. Zach, be true to yourself. Just because other people are happy chasing degenerate things, and that is what is drilled into us so hard nowadays, because it is. Everyone wants to be out clubbing, drinking, partying, around all these girls. I don't want any of them things. I just want to be happy and health, wealth, and beautiful relationships, as I said. I have everything I need to build an empire. Zach, be true to yourself. The chest tattoo. I had to get it tatted. Just because other people are happy chasing degenerate things, and that is what is drilled so hard into us nowadays, that is not what makes you happy. What makes you happy is your parents and girlfriend being proud of how far you have come. You being in the best shape physically and mentally that you can possibly be in. And just being content with yourself. Eating clean, meditating, and cold water plunging. Obviously, they're just the basics. That's what I like to do. That's what keeps me calm every day. When I've done them things, I can sit in bed, I can be proud, I can get in bed, put my head to sleep on my pillow and think, I'm proud today. I've completed the day. Constantly striving for greatness is what actually makes you happy. Just because everyone else is out partying, etc. You've done that. You know where it gets you. Nowhere. They might be content doing that, and good for them. But you are not. And you are never satisfied when you begin to live that mediocre life again. So, what did I do after these questions? Well, I made more mistakes. I learnt from my mistakes. And I'm still making mistakes every day. Maybe not every day. I'm making minimal mistakes right now. I'm not going to lie. I am really striving hard to become the best person that I can be. So they might be content doing that. That's the final point. Everyone else might be content doing that. And as I said before about the 9 to 5 and the comfortable basic life and partying and stuff, if you're content doing that, bro, carry on. Honestly, like, enjoy yourself. I'm not saying don't go out and party, don't get experiences. I learned a lot of life. I'll make a video on that as well. I learned a lot of life experiences and how to speak to people using drugs and alcohol. And even though it's still hard to speak to people, I find it a lot easier than I ever did. It definitely brought me out my bubble, out my insecurities, going out and partying and speaking to people and introducing myself. It did help, and you do need these experiences to build a character yourself. You definitely do need to get out there and experience life. Now, that doesn't mean go and fucking do coke every weekend like I was doing. That doesn't mean drink yourself to oblivion. But go out there and experience life. Experience life for what it is, and experience life the way you perceive it, because the way you perceive life is how your life will be. I will never live that mediocre life again. I'm striving for greatness every day. Guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. I'll leave them questions down in the description. I want you to go. So the task of gratitude, I want you to do that. And one more thing is, these 7 questions, please sit with yourself, whether it takes 2, 3, 5 hours, 1 day, 1 week. Hopefully it shouldn't take more than a week, or you're probably moving a little bit slow. Go and ask yourself these questions and really get real with yourself and change your life today. Now, a final point is, I've got a free Telegram. I try and motivate people every day. I show what I'm doing every day to try and better myself. It's just there to help people. It's a free Telegram. I'll put the link in the description. I believe it's in my bio as well. It might not be, but I'll put the link in the description. Join the group. It's free. I will eventually be lifestyle coaching. I will be charging for that. I'll eventually have a like a school kind of community on self-mastery. Now that will also be paid. Still deciding pricing. I'm still writing all the courses / sections. They will be paid. Now the school community, it will be on a different app, not School. I've found that this app is better, speaking to people who already do coaching. And yeah, the school will be cheaper. The coaching will be more personalized. It will be me one-to-one with you. We'll jump on a call per week, actually coaching you on how to change your life. Anything you're struggling with, I will help you with. So yeah, the free Telegram will be in the link down below. Join it, message me. Feel free to message me, comment on this video. If you want to network, message me. My Instagram is the Zachary Cox. So my name here, my name on YouTube, it's that, but with the before. So yeah, I hope that video provided value, and I really hope you take some action today and over the next week to ask yourself these questions and change your life the way I'm slowly but surely changing mine. Thank you guys. Cheers.